took a nap today, which means I'm gonna be up a little later than intended. But hey, it's that time again for another weekly update. Hello, self. Hello, anybody who feels like checking in with me. My views have really, my videos don't go anywhere, but I'm just trying to do this for me, man. I wanted to do YouTube since I was fucking 14, and I'm going to be 26 at the end of this year, so there's that. Lately, this week for me, I'm just, and not even just this week, like, it's really been slowly building, but it's almost kind of hitting me like a truck right now. Like, I'm feeling very, very just energetically drained. Like, just like kind of exhausted in a way that's not even like physical, but definitely exhausted, definitely drained. I just feel like I'm surrounded either by me, myself, and I, which, like, great company, she's wonderful and all, but I'm not gonna get anywhere in this fucking bedroom. Like, it can't just be me, myself, and I in my little cave forever. Otherwise, I'm never going to obtain the things that it is that I want. And then I see people have them, and I'm like, if I don't get to experience that in this life, I am going to see myself out in the most polite way possible, you know? It is something that gnaws at my fucking brain 24/7, and I'm trying to the best of my capacity and my ability, especially like within the current environment that I live in, because I genuinely think that it's almost like trying to grow a flower in bad soil with toxic water and barely any sunlight. Like, you're just not gonna get your most fruitful harvest, you know? And it's really, I'm trying not to use that as an excuse, because I feel like if I can recognize that, then it's then my job to do something about it. But, like, how do I do something about it? I just lost my car. I can't go drive off to the middle of nowhere to get away from this auric field that is my house. I do not live in like a walking city with like nice places in nature that I can just go hang out in, that I know of at least. Maybe I do, and maybe there's some hidden spots that I just haven't realized them yet. So I just have been really feeling like weighed down by my circumstances, and this whole Indonesia trip has put like another level of like financial torment on my plate, because girl, that was way out of budget. Way out of budget. Like, if I didn't get the second job, then this would never happen. So yeah, just trying to make sure I maintain my payments on that on time, and also getting the fucking ticket from here to Indonesia that's like $2,000 fucking dollars, and Affirm is not fucking with me. Like, they're like, no, we're not helping you anymore, bitch. And I swear, I used to be so fucking good. I used to be so fucking good at making sure everything was paid for and kept up with, but like, shit just got harder and harder, and I let shit slip through the fucking cracks, and you know, it is what it is. You live and you learn, but fuck it, we ball. You know, can't let it get me down. I just really gotta do my best to make some shit shake. Because I don't want to be unprepared when I get all the way out to Indonesia or wherever these flights and layovers drop me off at. I don't want to be stranded and not able to, like, you know, get around and support myself. Because, girl, even just going to California this year tried the fuck out of me, okay? I was crying my ass off when I got there. Nothing worked out as I had expected it to. I was very unprepared, which, like, rightfully so, I was winging it, but I don't think that I'm necessarily a type B kind of a person, but I do tend to handle things a lot of times like a type B person, and then all of a sudden when I'm in the middle of the type B type being, my type A comes out and it's like, whoa, whoa, why did you prepare us for this, you know? So yeah, I've been really limited in my options as far as the vessel can see currently. And yeah, I don't want to name any names. I don't want to call anybody out specifically. I just feel like, you know, my little bubble of zen that I try to cultivate for myself and that I try to live in, and my openness to seeing the complexity of people's situations and not taking everything so personally just kind of gets stomped on when I'm around certain people. And then it feels like because I'm so empathetic, become like responsible in a way for their emotions. I try to offer advice that I feel like has helped me reach this state of more acceptance and less like why me victimhood, and like, you know, I try to be real with myself as much as I fucking can because I want to make it out. I still have hope for myself. I still believe in myself. I still have this dream that is so vivid in my fucking head that I cannot let go of. So it's just, I can't relate to how just hateful and negative and just disorienting they are when I get around certain people. And it's a shame because there's not really many places for me to go currently. This, like, not having a car thing is another thing that I'm really trying to adapt to. It's like, while at the same time I'm almost glad I don't have a car because that saves me from certain payments to make, and gas is, nobody asked you, gas is insanely priced currently, so I'm already thinking of like how much that would cost me if I had to pay for that currently. But then again, it's like, it keeps me so limited. Like, I can only go so far. Like, the only reason I got the second job where I got the job at is because I could walk there. Which I've also been slacking on, which I'm like hating myself for because I cannot get this fucking 30 pounds off me yet. I don't even want to look at the scale anymore because it's just disappointing and discouraging every time I do, and the batteries have died at this point, and I refuse to change them because I don't see any differences in the mirror, so I'm not gonna like get my hopes up every time I think like, oh my god, I look skinnier today. It's like I didn't even realize that I put the weight on when I did. I absolutely had no clue until it was already there. I can't even pinpoint the exact moment when it happened. Like, it feels like it happened so fast, but then, yeah, I don't know. So, I'm really protected. I was gonna say in a dilemma, but I looked down at my notebook and in bold letters it said protected, so I tried to, keep the optimism alive. If you have looked at or watched any of my other videos before, you will know that I tried to be a stripper for like 5 seconds. I often, really, really often think about that idea and think about like, maybe I should just get back into it. It's like I feel like I would have gotten better at it if I had more, of a chance and gave myself more experience to like get comfortable in that space. But I feel like I literally worked there for like 2-3 weeks in total, and then I went on vacation, so I was gone for a week or so, And then shortly after I got back home, my car catches fire. The place was like an hour away from me. So again, I'm not Ubering. I'm not spending money on an Uber to go that far just to maybe come home with $9. Go fuck yourself. Like, I can't do that. Like, if I was a better stripper, that's one thing. But I'm not a stripper. I'm really not. Like, I haven't lived in that life and that experience enough to have the skill for it. And I am just an awkward motherfucker who doesn't get out that much, doesn't talk to people that much, and really has a hard time hiding this and controlling, like it's really hard for me to make disgusting people think that I like them. And it sounds horrible to say, but I think in a place where primarily predatory men are, inhabiting, I feel like it's only fair for me to describe a lot of them as disgusting because they are. Like, a lot of them want to just do the absolute most and give you the absolute least. As if we're here just because we like to be here. No, we're here because you're giving us money. We're here to sell you an experience. Okay? Like, the amount of guys that are like, I think you like me. What the fuck gave you that impression? What the, like, you genuinely, what? Like, why is this not an understood thing that, like, the girls are gonna act like they like you when you come here because they want you to give them money? Like, so it's just like, I'm not a super sex forward person. Like, even in my own endeavors with people that I actually like, I'm very, very reserved, very shy. So, like, trying to do it for money with people that I'm not attracted to at all makes it that much harder. Like, yeah, so because of my dilemma that I currently live in, I'm like, maybe. Because it's the only thing that I feel like I could make a decent amount of money from with practically no skill set. Because that's where I'm at currently. I am 25 and I did not go to college. I did not finish any trades. I have just been working fucking entry-level food jobs since I started working. I literally want to claw my eyeballs out after speaking that sentence out loud. So it's like, I don't know what I can do, what I can learn quick enough that's going to get me the amount of money that I want in my pocket while also still being able to pursue the things that I want to do. Like, I don't know if maybe, because I think I get stuck in like, I have the time to create, but I'm in my head so much about my survival that I don't really get to create the things that I want to, because I'm currently thinking about like how this can pay off, or like what I can use my time to make it pay off monetarily and like instantaneously. So I don't know if it's gonna be like I get a better paying job, perhaps working more hours, but then I can like come home and release and woosah because I know that my work is done, my money's coming. It's gonna be XYZ amount that's gonna, be more than enough to support me. So now I can peacefully indulge and shake off all of the work into my creative shit, and really release and flow and everything. But I don't know. I really, 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 really would like to see, and not even see, like, I want to be in it. I want to feel it. I want to know it. I want to, like, if it's not for me, let me experience it so that I fucking know it. If, like, the same way that you let me deal with shitty guy after shitty guy to realize, like, oh, what you doing, what you don't want. Can you let me can it be career focused now? Because I'm done with the guys. I'm done. I really am. Like, relationship wise, I'm so over that shit. I have become, I feel like 1:11 a.m. I feel like I have wasted so much precious fucking time. And of course, everything happens for a reason. Like, you know, if I didn't spend all that time with my first boyfriend and get to the point where I was so viciously, violently sick 24/7 to the point where I like did not want to go on anymore, and I really had to like, I had that realization that like, if I'm supposedly going to live with this amount of pain forever and be on disgusting doses of steroids forever just to combat it, then I'm going to stop like forcing myself into a path that doesn't fit with my heart and what my heart wants, and I'm going to go after my fucking dreams and be as delusional as possible because I see other people doing it. So how can you tell me I'm fucking delusional? I see people doing it. They're literally doing it. I'm delusional? They're doing it. It exists. It's happening. Why can't I? What is it about me? What I have all the things that you have. So how do I get to where you're at? Basically, I've always been like, you know, and like I said, without those moments, without the 5 years that I sat through that fucking relationship to eventually bring me to this point and to make me who I am today, like, you know, I really try not to dwell on things like that so much, but it just gets to a point where like, okay, we've been through enough turmoil and like lessons learned through pain. Like, when does it get to a point where it just feels like I can fucking take a breath, you know? And it's like I'm trying so hard myself, but I'm surrounded by people who are not either in alignment with the vision that I see for myself and ultimately speak doubt into it because that's their reality. It is what it is. It doesn't actually mean anything about me, but it's not hard to take like personal, you know? When you're already battling your own self-belief and you're being met with somebody else's, and it's like, okay, we don't need this right now. So it's either that or it's just people who, you know, are perpetual victims, and you could give them a whole list of solutions and they're gonna find an excuse or three for every single one. So my energy that's been wasted trying to speak life into you, and then ultimately never having anybody like that I feel like is there for me, it's just really, really, really fucking draining sometimes. Hold on, my computer's gonna die. Oh, sorry. Don't flash the people, okay? They have to pay for that. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just really, really draining. Literally the foundation of my dream is built on me, myself, and I. I've been getting into watching a lot of movies lately, which I think I mentioned in the last video. And maybe it's just all movies that are like this. Maybe it's the specific ones that I like to watch. It's like watching these people achieve their dream, whatever level of dream that is, whether it's practical or like, you know, pipe dream-esque. It's like, one, it's such a condensed amount of time that it's like, yeah, they have their issues and their problems, but it seems like they solve them a lot quicker than maybe they would if it was real life. And then it all works out in the end. It's basically like, I just feel like I really see myself in a lot of the stories that I have come across. I find myself crying at a lot of movies that I didn't think I'd be crying at, or just receiving a lot of messages through them. And it's like, these people have, like, there's so many moments throughout the movie where it's not just them doing everything alone. Like, there's people in their fucking lives, and I cannot stress just how peopleless my life is. Like, if I did not go to work, it would literally just be me and my fucking mom. Though that would be the only people that I talk to. And, you know, like I said, I've found a lot of enjoyment in my own time and ways to, you know, fill boredom that doesn't make me feel like perpetually lonely. I don't even honestly ever feel like I'm lonely. Like, there's always something that I'm working on, a puzzle I'm trying to figure out in my head, a journal I can pour into, or art I can make, a song on the guitar I can learn, songs to sing. But like I said, well, I'm a fucking human. It's nice to have people around. It's just, again, I'm never going to get around any people if I'm always in the fucking house. But how do I get out of the house? Where do I go? The places that I once, you know, enjoyed going are tainted by people that I don't want to be around. And I just, you know, they're very small, intimate places. And again, I feel like this person, when I see them, is gonna be like, why would you do this to me? And throw all their emotional bullshit at me that I don't want to carry. Because I do enough of that for people that I don't belong carrying it for. Specifically, people who are much older than me, who should be leading me, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm at a standstill, a plateau. I don't really know how to explain it. But, yeah, I'm at a fork in the road. I don't know. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to prioritize. I don't, you know. Money seems to be the root of most of my problems. Which, like, I'll preach it to the choir right now, I know. Like, we get it, girl. We get it. But yeah, I did my hair, though. She's back. She's low-key irritating as fuck. And I don't know if it's because I'm already having an identity crisis that, like, I'm not liking it as much as I did the first time that I did it. I don't know if my hair is just thicker than it was the first time. I don't know if it just needs adjusting and getting used to. It just feels like a lot. It was really hard to sleep on last night, which was really fucking annoying. But then I came home and I took a really nice nap. Yeah. I don't know. Can you guys, does it look okay? Does it look good? I didn't use any product this time because last time I had some buildup and I didn't want that again. I didn't think that the product was necessary, so I went without it. Maybe I just need to, like, lay my edges or something. I don't know. It just feels like a lot that's laying on my head kind of awkwardly. Maybe I need to not have a side part. I don't know. Maybe I just need to let it not be so, like, freshly done and, like, kind of stiff. Maybe that's what's also bothering me. I don't think I wrapped them as tightly last time I did it, so they were a bit more flexible kind of immediately. Yeah, but I did this in preparation for the wedding, hoping that they, you know, gain some of that mess to, you know, because I'm not really, I think that's another thing, is I'm not all that into, like, the perfectly done retwist look. Like, it serves its purpose sometimes, but for the most part, I like a messy root. My locks are still setting though, so plenty of them still married. Girl, I was ripping through, just ripping and ripping yesterday. which is honestly probably terrible, but I plan on having my locks for quite a while, so I don't really care. The hair will grow. It's fine, you know? Took me all freaking day, but we're here, we did it, and we're here for at least the next 3 months. I'll tell you that much. I'm not taking this out for the next 3 months. I hate doing my hair. I hate it. That's why I got locks in the first place. Loved my afro down. Okay? If it wasn't for having to do daily maintenance on that bitch, she'd still be with us. But I've always loved locks. I've always had dreams of me having hair down to my ass crack, okay? And I'm like, the only way that that's ever going to happen, because no matter how long my hair got, it would shoot right back up to my shoulders. We love shrinkage, don't we? Anyway, so I was like, yeah, locks. I guess I did it once and I took them out on a whim. That was also, again, in a very dark moment for me. So maybe that was like because I told myself not to. But all of a sudden, here comes a day where I'm like, it's just kind of like it's taken over and it's not really me doing it. It's just happening kind of a thing, you know? So then I missed them for a while. Like I said, I got tired of doing my hair every day or constantly having to have it pulled back at work. So it was like, what's the point? Because I don't even get to enjoy being out and working constantly, and it's always has to be in a ponytail. Like look, I loved her. This is the front of my journal that I made. I made a little collage thing. She's cute. And then on the inside, I also did a little collage thing. I took some random things from my room that I've had on my wall for years and made some new things. Wrote some messages. I just didn't like the plain orange cover that was on there, so I made it cutesy. And I'm trying my best. Man. Oh, literally nobody watches these videos, but it's fine because it goes on for so long. Somebody said to me today, they were like, so this girl that I met at work at some like team bonding event that we had. We're probably like the only two people there who are my age. Well, there's like 2 or 3 more, but this one I actually like connected with. And so, but unfortunately I have a position where I stay very secluded to the kitchen. So we don't see each other often. Like before then, I literally saw her the day before that event and we said hi to each other, but it was just like an in passing thing. And then we actually met at the event. We sat together, we talked, and I was like, oh my god. But I try not to get my hopes up for anything because, you know, I feel like I tell myself a story every time some little thing happens, like, and then it just doesn't go out the way that I want to. So I try not to do that. Try my best not to, you know, Pisces aside every single fucking situation. Make everything a fairy tale and fantasy. It's my rising, guys. I can't help it. It is what it is. But yeah, so she said to me, we were talking, and I think I was mentioning Indonesia and wanting to make sure, you know, I get there, or maybe hanging out. Regardless, whatever she said was something along the lines of like, you know, yeah, you've been grinding. And I immediately hear in my head, like, how would you know? Are you sure? Like what? Like, girl, why are you shutting it down? So, like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to just, like, accept that. I think it's because I feel like I'm never doing enough. Like, it's like I feel like I'm very intelligent, I'm very wise, but it's like not enough logic in the world can save me from what, you know, my capacity is set to emotionally, or, you know, I hope any of this even makes sense to anybody who cares enough to watch this far in. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure I got an update in there and I didn't let you guys, or let me hang for the next 2 weeks, a month. I don't want to give up on this. I want to keep going. I want to keep doing this. I don't care who's watching. I don't care who's not. It would be nice. It would be wonderful. It would be darling if you would like to join me on my journey. I'd like to join you on yours if you want to share. But that's all for me, folks. Bye.